Hello and welcome to LFC Transfer Room's post-match reaction of the Liverpool 5-1 win over Porto in Portugal. We're joined by me, Charlie, Matty, Owen and Jared for today, who did a great job on the watch along.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, how's everyone doing? Matty, enjoy the game?
I always enjoy the game when Curtis Jones drops a performance like that.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. And you were right. You were right. You said we had battered them.
Yeah, I think I said to you as well, Jared, didn't I? I was completely confident that we were going to absolutely destroy them. I said I'd be disappointed if we didn't put three past them, and we obviously did that. So that's good. But quick thoughts on the game, Jared? Happy?
Really happy. Kurtis, man of the match, of course. I thought we absolutely bossed the midfield. Fabinho, as immense as ever. Hendo had a nice, solid match. Milner as well. Just no weak performances, and I'm really happy with the 3 points. I thought we would win. I didn't think we'd win that handily, and we made them look a bit silly, to be frank. But yeah, really happy with it.
Yeah, Owen, impressed with Curtis?
What can I say? He was unbelievable. He ran the game. He reminded me of Gerrard that game, to be honest with you. I think, and that's sums it up exactly what. Through that game, we were just unbelievable. Kept winning the ball back. It reminded me of the team that won the title, won the Champions League, the team that we knew were the mentality monsters.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll start off with Curtis Jones, obviously the man of the moment, absolutely bossed the whole game, as you said, Owen. He got 2 official assists. We're counting them as 4 assists. We don't care what anyone else says. He had the shots and he rebounded, so we're counting them as 4 assists. But obviously, Matty, I'll go to you first. Is he now in contention to maybe start even when everyone is fit after that game? Obviously, against Man City, we are lacking midfield options, so think he's tipped to start.
Yeah, I think he'll start Man City. I don't think he can put a performance in like that. And his performance against Brentford as well, and then miss out on the City game. I think our long term midfield, Jones and Elliott, in the future. It'll be interesting when Elliott comes back. What happens to Jones? Because a lot of people are saying that he had ultimately took Jones's shirt at the start of this season, but for me, Curtis Jones, he's going to be a generational talent for Liverpool. He's absolutely unbelievable. Steven Gerrard has even said he's one of the best players he's ever coached, and I think I'll go with Stevie's opinion on someone.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Owen, do you think he is? Like, do you think he'll start against City now after that, after 2 impressive displays?
Yeah, he has to. You just can't drop him after the spell like that. I think you've got to go for it. Got to go for it. He's unbelievable today, as I said before. And obviously midfield, we haven't got a whole lot of options at the minute. We've got a lot of injuries with Thiago, Elliott, of course, and Kate hasn't been. Obviously, he picked up that little injury the other day. So I think you've got to throw him in and see how he does.
Yeah, Jared, feel the same? Do you think he's nailed on to start?
Yeah, definitely. I think Keita might be in the conversation depending on tired legs and rotation, of course, as I always bring up. But as Matty said, I think you don't put in 2 shifts to the stature that he did and not start. So I think the same midfield will most likely start at the weekend, and I would be happy and comfortable to see that, definitely.
Yeah, I think Brian said here as well, FPL assists, so we're counting it as 4 assists. But if you are new guys, make sure you do leave a like, get your comments too, and we'll be answering comments and bringing it up in the discussion. And make sure you subscribe too. But another good performer again, Mohamed Salah, obviously scored a bit of a tap in, and then obviously a great little run by Curtis Jones and a great pass to set him up. Do we think that this is Salah starting to get a bit more confidence now? Obviously we do know that Salah gets better over time with scoring more and playing more. He's not really like Mane, who if you drop him, you might rest. Is this Salah? Is he going to go on now and sort of run riot in the league, or hopefully we all think that. But Owen, do you think that hopefully starts getting bagging 2 goals every week now?
Yeah, I think give him what he wants in terms of money. I think whatever number he says, just give it to him. Let him sign the contract. I know there's a bit of a saga building up there, but I think we need to put an end to that straight away because Salah, what does he do? He scores all our goals, if we're being honest. Like all of in the key moments, if you like, he's there every single time. You can just rely on him time after time after time. Mane recently, obviously, we know about him. He hasn't been the best. Obviously, Firmino kind of lost his place at the minute, and Jota not in the greatest form. But Salah always 100%. You know he's going to be there. You know he's going to be scoring those goals.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Mane, Jared, obviously there's a bit of complaints against him. He obviously got on the score sheet again, but he still, even today, wasn't really at the top of his game, was he?
Yeah, I mean, I think he has great off the ball movement. He hasn't lost his pace by any means. Tired legs could be affecting other aspects of his game, whether it's mental or physical. I think it seems like he hesitates in the final third. His decision making has taken a bad turn. I think he kind of projects the decision he's going to make, and he does the obvious thing, and the defense has no trouble reading it. And his touch lets him down a lot more than I think it used to. He used to never waste a touch. He used to be so smooth on the ball. So yeah, another awkward match, I guess I would say, for Mane. He had the goal. He has the numbers this season. He's been, he's the first goal against Burnley, I think it was a really nice finish. Some of the other goals haven't been as difficult to put away, but yeah, he still doesn't seem like himself fully. So we'll have to keep our fingers crossed and hope he gets back to those true Mane levels.
Yeah, definitely. Someone else who a lot of people were a bit, I can't think of the words, man. Were a bit like, no, words, man. Were a bit weirded out to see was Andy Robertson. Obviously, a lot of people thought Tsimikas was going to be playing. Andy Robertson had quite a good game. Would you start him now against City, Matty, or would you maybe go to Tsimikas, even though Robertson has been a bit poor this season?
I think Andy Robertson will start against City. It was strange to not see Tsimikas in that game, but maybe it was Klopp saying like, "Well, you're not getting the night off because of the performance against Brentford." Maybe, but I think he'll start against City. It's the international break after that as well, so it's pretty much like the players are going to get a rest. I mean, I know that they're going to go and do international duties, but I think he'll play.
Yeah, Owen, do you agree? Do you think Robertson's nailed on to start against City?
Yeah, well, I was really surprised that Tsimikas didn't play tonight. I think we said it on the predicted 11 that he was pretty much nailed on to start this game after the performance he put in on Saturday. But yeah, I think after his performance tonight, I don't think you could drop him at all. Can't fault him tonight. He was absolutely everywhere. Forwards, forward attacking and back defending. So yeah, definitely start him on Sunday.
Feel the same, Jared?
Yeah, I think he's nailed on. He's experienced. He takes really good care of himself. He seems to never run out of energy, and he will be important on that left hand side. Depending on who Pep goes with on the right flank for City, he'll be very important. And I don't think Tsimikas is quite ready for that stature of a match. As great as he's been, I don't think he's near Robertson's level yet. But it's nice to have. It's a nice problem to have. But I do think Robbo will be in there.
Yeah, definitely. Another person as well who we didn't really expect to see in a position today was James Milner. Obviously, Trent pulling out due to a groin injury, the club are saying now. Klopp has also said that it looks like he's going to miss the Manchester City game, which means Milner may be put back into right back. Was anyone impressed with him today? Obviously, he made a couple of good, blocks and stuff, but I guess Porto didn't really, threaten him. But from what we've seen, obviously, Man City is a completely different prospect to Porto. So, would you play Gomez there, Matty, or would you, after Milner's performance today, would you maybe stick with Milner?
It's a tough one, really, isn't it? Because he's going up against Jack Grealish, I think he's fantastic, to be honest with you. But Milner put in an arguably man of the match performance against Wilfred Zaha, who's tricky, he's fast, he's pacey in the Prem a couple of weeks ago. And he didn't put a foot wrong in that game either, even though Porto didn't really offer much. Milner didn't really put a foot wrong. So you would say that, and with him coming off as well around the 60, 70 minute mark, I do think he probably will play right back. But I'd feel comfortable with Gomez playing there as well, because we did bring Gomez in originally as a right back. That was his position growing up, and that's what Liverpool are the ones who moved him into the centre-half position. So I'd feel comfortable with him there as well. Every time you think, Gomez might have more pace than Milner, might be better against Man City, James Milner just surprises you. He just has another gear all the time, it seems. So if Trent is out, I wouldn't be worried if James Milner plays right back against City.
Yeah, Jared, obviously Brian said here, we've obviously saw Gomez at right back and he come on to replace Milner. Maybe him replacing Milner might be a sign that, Klopp's given Milner a bit of rest. Do you think Milner's going to start against City, or maybe give Gomez the knock?
I think it'll be Milner. I would personally rather have Milner there. I think he's so underrated. Maybe not from our fan base, but he had a great match tonight. He had that beautiful assist to the ball that ended up at Mane's feet for the tap-in. Beat about 4 or 5 defenders, including the Porto goalie, who probably should have got a hand on it, but beautiful ball that he whipped in there. And I think the first 10 to 15 minutes of the match were a bit more end-to-end, a bit scrappy, and he won some nice 50-50 balls. He's just so industrious. He never stops running. He's the least afraid to get stuck in probably on our team. He's a beast. So yeah, I would like to see him use his physicality against the likes of Grealish, Bernardo, Jesus, Sterling, whoever it is. I think he'll be helpful, and he has the mentality for that sort of match. He's not going to be phased, and I guess Salah would take any potential penalty, but it's nice to have Milner in there as well. He's really clinical from the spot. So
yeah, I know we're talking a lot about like options for City, but I feels like this with the 5 subs as well. This is Klopp was maybe testing a few things out for the City game. We rolled over Porto, for being honest. It wasn't really a difficult task, was it? They didn't really offer much going forward. But was you impressed with Milner tonight, Owen? Do you think he can do a job against Jack Grealish? Obviously, if we put Gomez in there against Grealish, we know how good Grealish is at getting, drawing fouls. If Milner's there, he probably is going to be a lot more experienced, know when to clatter them, know when to not.
Yeah, I think, whenever we have Milner in the team, he always sets a tempo from the off. He's going to put in those challenges, show that it's a big game, show that it means a lot. And I think I definitely play him at right back. I think what the boys have just said is spot on, that he came off 60, 70 minutes today. And I think that shows that he's definitely going to be playing on Sunday. Yeah, you say Grealish. Obviously, I think Milner's kind of guaranteed a yellow card. Sorry, I think he gets one pretty much every game, but typically, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we'll have to see, won't we?
Yeah, obviously, guys, make sure you do leave a like if you're new and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a bunch, and also get your comments in and we'll discuss them with the lads. Anthony saying Porto keeper worse than Adrian. I mean, I'll put that to you, Matty. I know how much you love Adrian.
I think he probably is worse than. He was playing as though he had the week's wages on Liverpool to win that keeper today.
Yeah, do you know what? He made a good save. I think he made one decent save that I was like, fair enough, but not a clue what he's doing with the second goal. I don't know what went through his head there. Maybe. Sorry, go on. Yeah, I know. Every goal. I don't know. Yeah,
the fourth. I just started laughing on the broadcast. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, he's come out and then halfway through decided he doesn't want to come back out. You need to either take the player out or, it was absolutely baffling. Somebody else though didn't really have the best of games. Probably Liverpool's lacking play. Had a lot of chances, but Diogo Jota, yeah, obviously had 2 decent shots on target. Also had another really good chance that he really should have converted. Anything to worry about, or just a bit of a misfire, Jared?
I thought he had some good link-up play, and obviously always good movement. He has high attacking work rates, so I'm not too worried. Those are the the shot on his left foot that he worked on, he took a nice few touches, worked onto his left foot, and he put wide. I feel like that goes in maybe 6 out of 10 times, 7 out of 10 times. I'm not too concerned for Jota. I think he's pretty tough mentally. The way he came into our side last season and just started knocking goals in right off the bat was kind of shows his mental toughness. So no, I'm not too worried. But yeah, he could have done a bit. He could have been a bit more clinical tonight, of course.
Yeah, feel the same, Matty?
Yeah. I think Jota's a very exciting player, and he's probably arguably our best presser of the ball, bar Roberto Firmino. So there is going to be games where he doesn't score goals, and that's because the movement that he's doing when he plays down the middle is the movement of Bobby. So then that's allowing Mane and Salah to score. So as long as them two are scoring, ultimately Jota's done his job as playing down the middle within this system. So although he didn't score, some of his movements on the ball, some of the turns he done, when there was a shot he had where he turned 2 defenders in the box and then got a shot off on goal. And I like Jota. He's very, very exciting, and I do think he's probably the future of the main man of the future in the front three for us.
Yeah, obviously another proposition is probably going to be maybe the one change we see might be Firmino coming in. Obviously, he got 2 goals. Let's say they were handed to him on a plate by the Porto keeper. That might be being a bit less harsh too, because it was basically got open goals. But Owen, do you think maybe Firmino comes in against City and Jota drops out, or what are you saying? Yeah,
it's a really tough one. I think it kind of is a 50-50. I think stick with Jota. See how it goes. Obviously, I think last couple of games it's kind of been difficult to kind of judge Jota, but I think Klopp's been pleased with him, and I think that's the main thing. And then see how the game goes. Hour in, bring Firmino on if it's not going to plan.
Matty, feel the same?
No. I think for me, anytime Liverpool have had a big game, and Man City is arguably the biggest game this season in terms of our domestic challenge, the closest to us in the league as well. Klopp always trusts us from 3 of Mane, Salah and Firmino in the bigger games. We've seen it so often. And I think I'd rather Firmino start against City as movement off the ball is absolutely fantastic. And I think he is a player you need against a team like Manchester City. And then Jota's a really, really, really good impact sub as well. So I do think that if he did start on the bench, you can bring Jota on in the 60th minute. When it's 1-1, you could probably get a couple of goals and win you the game as well.
Yeah. Jared, are you on Jota starting or Firmino starting?
I'm so biased. Firmino's my favorite player, so I always lean Firmino, but well, not always. It depends on the opposition, I guess. But the only hesitation would be how fit he is, given the knock that he suffered a few weeks ago. If he's back at full fitness, if he's ready to play 60, 70, 80, even 90 minutes. But yeah, I think the big moment, Bobby thrives in the big moment. His pressing, his link-up play will be important on the counter, especially if you think of how much possession City could potentially have as that outlet ball. Who else would you want picking the next pass to Salah or Mane than Firmino, probably? But yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, it's a good problem to have. He's Jota's incredible too, but probably Bobby.
Yeah,
Bobby.
I think what Omar said here is obviously Firmino to jump all over the City DM has worked time and time again. I think that's a very good point. Obviously, the City fullbacks, Cancelo and Walker, are absolutely rapid. The middle, not so much. Obviously, Diaz, Laporte, Stones, whoever started, it's not Gomez and Van Dijk, is it? So if the wingers are cutting in, Firmino can maybe pull them out, tire them out all game. And then maybe in the 60th minute, we bring Jota on and then just send all 3 players running at their defence, just absolutely tire them out. But I think whoever starts, whoever comes off the bench, it'll be a good option if Firmino comes off the bench or Jota comes off the bench. But yeah, I think anything else you want to guys talk about? I mean, it's a pretty simple game, weren't it?
What about all four? Salah, Mane, Jota, and Firmino.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that means Curtis Jones misses out though, and
I
think he deserves to start against Manchester City. I think out of all the 11 players who will be on the team sheet on Sunday, I think Curtis Jones deserves to be there. He was fantastic against Brentford, and he ran the show today. He absolutely ran the show. So you should get bigger games based on form, and Curtis Jones is the informed fielder. I don't think Thiago will be back, will he? Anyway, and I don't think he's going to start the Ox or Keita, who's coming back from fitness, ahead of Jones, who's looking like he's getting better and better week by week.
Yeah, I think if we play 4 up front, the midfield 2 has to be Fabinho and Henderson. There's not really another midfield 2 that could, handle Man City's passing on their own. I don't think we could. It'd be a struggle with just them 2 as well. But
I agree with Anthony, though. I think
we did it with the Etihad, didn't we? Last season.
Yeah. I think they're going to absolutely storm them. They aren't that good, they're not good. They've got this big, fantastic squad, but when anyone gives them a good go, we've seen with Tottenham, even PSG tonight. Now, PSG haven't been that strong this season in the French league. They look comfortable against them. So,
yeah, and Chelsea as well. They sat off them for a good 60 minutes.
City, and City as well are missing a goal scorer. Gabriel Jesus is their source of goals now. So I think if you overpower Manchester City in a sense of, remember that Champions League game when we take, like I just said, when we turned up the Etihad and just went all guns blazing at them. I think if we do that on Sunday, I agree with Anthony. I do think we'll probably beat them 3 or 4-1.
Yeah, again, no, that's Champions League, isn't it? We know what City are like under the lights.
It's Anfield, though. It's Anfield against City. It's going to be special, I think.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, I'm sure we'll obviously talk about it with the preview. We've got Sam Lee interview coming up as well, which should be out on Thursday, the Athletic correspondent. So make sure you are subscribed and you've got the bell notification turned on for when that drops. But anyone want to say anything else about the Porto game? I think we covered a lot of it.
I just want to say the mighty Sheriff are going to win the Champions League
easily. They're getting out the group top. Inter Milan, Real Madrid, But I think if that's all, thank you everyone for joining us. Make sure you are subscribed with the bell notification on. Leave a like on the video and check everybody out on social media. Anthony wants to shout out Manny. There we go. Shout out Manny. So thank you for everyone for joining us and see you later.